Okay, so now we're going to play Replicube. This comes out tomorrow on 24th of April. If you're watching on YouTube, it's already out. And it's, I believe, available on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux / SteamOS. So basically whatever platform you've got, you can play it. Except consoles. And this is basically like I was thinking of it as like a kind of shader programming game. So, Replicube is about generating 3D objects made up of tiny little cubes. The object area is divided up into a grid of these cubes, which are called voxels. Okay. A voxel can either be empty or filled in with a color from the palette. Okay, so there's a 4-bit palette, 1 through 16. So it's a nice set of colors, I like them. To create objects, you will write code to decide the value for each voxel. Oh yeah, just to say again, we received a key for this game, so thanks to the dev for sending that. To create objects, you will write code to decide the value for each voxel. Indeed. Here is perhaps the simplest possible program. It simply returns a number, and all of the voxels become that color, right? So a program that just returns 7 becomes the color 7 in every voxel. But wait, if my code only returns a single number, how can I possibly make complex objects? Good question. Very good question. Your code is not only run one time, actually your code is run separately for every voxel in the object area. In this example, your code is run 27 times, 3 by 3 by 3. Yep, because it's a 3 by 3 by 3 cube. Each voxel can be identified by its X, Y, and Z location. So X is that way, Y is up. Okay, so we're looking at it like that, and then Z in that direction. Cool. When your code is run, special variables X, Y, and Z are preset with the location of the current voxel. So really your code is the answer to the question, what is the value of the voxel at X, Y, Z? It's indeed time to replicate cubes. If X equals 0, then return 7. If Y is 0, then return 10. Z is 0, then return 13. And okay, so if you don't return anything, it leaves it blank. So yeah, they've like drawn in the planes, which is nice. So 7 is the kind of pinkish reddish color, and so X is 0 for every single one of those voxels, and so therefore if X is 0, then return 7. They all become pink. So it's interesting to see, because that branch is first, that is overriding the other colors, because it would also be Y equals yeah, here it would be Z equals 0 as well, but because the first branch is first, it returns the red color instead of the blue color. Cool. To do, check email. So we're in this like desktop interface, which is interesting. So I have a to-do list. I can write it. That's interesting. So I haven't played this yet at all. Welcome to Replicube. Thank you for registering a Replicube terminal. Please find the attached tutorial projects to get you started. Okay, this is my inbox. Also, we got File Manager. CubeNet Community. Does this game like have other stuff going on? Invalid email address. How do I register? Should I use a real email address or make one up? blah@blah.com. Blah. Oh. I can't. Password's too short. Blah123. I have no idea if this is actually registering something with a real server or something. I mean, if it is, I mean, that email address doesn't exist. Login? Email, wait, did it actually? No, hold on. Do I put in an email? Do I have an email here? I love how I'm like immediately distracted by what's going on in the interface. Maybe we should leave that for now. How do we begin? Let's look at our email. Tutorial projects. Let's start there. The very basics. Your job is to write code to generate an object that matches the one on the upper right. Your code should return the color you want each voxel to be. You use names white, red, yellow, green, or numbers 1 to 16. Okay. Try modifying the code below to match the color in the reference. Return purple. So, I mean, oh, so you can hover over and it tells you, so they call it red. Looks very pink to me, but I guess there is no red. I guess that's pink, yeah. It's like fuchsia. Shape match, overall match. Cool. Simple. So this is basically how shaders work. You know, shaders in games. I've done a bit of shader programming myself, but effectively you're writing a piece of code to render every pixel on your screen, or often you're like rendering something to a texture or something to use in some other way. And usually shaders are 2D, so you're rendering to the screen or the texture, but you can do 3D shaders as well. So this is basically just a 3D shader. And the thing about shaders is that you write one program for every single pixel, and then this is what makes GPUs fancy, is that they can run that program in parallel for every single pixel, and since they're in parallel, it's really fast because they all just run at the same time. It's a real email to register to a real forum. Okay. Documentation. Okay. Geometry. All sorts of stuff. There's a debug output as well. Project manager. Next one, conditions may apply. When you're trying to match that, you can use conditions to decide what value to return based on X, Y, Z. If Y is greater than -2, then dark blue. So we want to change the colors. We want light green to be orange. And then we also want to shift the value. So we want it to be if it's less than 1. Sorry, greater than. So we want greater than 0. Hey! Neat. Code size, average cycles per voxel. So I guess you can also make this like an optimization game as well and try and improve this number of cycles in comparison. You can use many different conditions to compare numbers. Here's a quick list. I'm really liking this interface. It feels good to use. We don't need to read the thing. Let's just do it. Y equals 1, then return red. Okay, so what we want to do is if Y is greater than 1, red, and if Y is less than 1. I assume there's a line down here saying return yellow. Yeah, okay. Less than -1, return green, sorry. Submit. Continue. Explicit nothingness. Okay, so returning 0 or empty. Okay, cool. Make the voxel into empty space. Currently it's returning that though, so we need to be, let's just do 0. Then we want to say if X, so this is the condition for if it is going to be empty. So if X is greater than -1 and Z is, I think, the same. I guess you can you like, yeah, you can. Okay. Ooh, cool. You can hover over this. Interface is real good. Very nicely made. Also, I like the way it syncs the two up as well. Yeah, it's -1 on both. Cool. Oh, or no. Oh, because they put a greater than or equals. I was reading it as a greater than. Okay, cool. I like what they're doing here. So they're returning red plus the Y position. So it's like cycling through the colors. That's fun. Simple quadrant. Condition can be combined with and or. So words, not symbols, not like, unless maybe it accepts both. No. Oh, I think I remember the dev saying this is actually just Lua. So I think this is, if you know Lua, you'll be familiar with the syntax. I also happen to be using Zig for a project at the moment, and it also uses words for and or, so this is convenient for me. Okay, so what do we want? We want if, so we want to limit it to that space. So we just want a bunch of less thans, or hold on, no, greater thans. If Y is greater than 0, yeah, and X is greater than 0. We just need to change the color, red. But right now it extends that way, so we have to add another one. And Z is greater than 0. Yay! Oh no, we're not done. It's not that color. Is it that color? Purple. No, what color is it? Is it pink? I guess I could hover over and it would tell me 5. Yes. Lua mentioned. I studied at Brazilian University where it was developed. Oh, nice. I've used Lua a bit. I don't know who's watching my Lego playthrough on my Joe Plays Puzzle Games channel. Let's plug that again. But if you've seen the like whiteboard tool that I'm using to like draw on the screen as I'm solving puzzles, that's an OBS plugin written in Lua. So I use Lua to do that. Was it annoying studying at the university where Lua was developed? Because one of the things that was a bit annoying, so I went to the University of York, in the UK, and one of the faculty there was on the standardization committee for Ada, and so therefore Ada got pushed on us a lot. I was wondering if Lua got pushed on you a lot. I say a lot, it wasn't that much, but it definitely came up a few times. Whereas I feel like I'm never going to use Ada in real life ever. So like the only reason it's coming up is because there's somebody who's on the standards body. Abs can be used to return the absolute value of a number. Absolute value is the positive size of a number. The absolute value of minus... Yeah, okay, I don't need to read all this. I know how programming works. So if you give it -5, you get 5, basically. If you get 5, you also get 5. It just makes it positive. Okay, interesting. So we want to do that. That is interesting, for sure. So basically, if x equals 2, so we bring that in, and abs y equals 2, I guess, as well. Oh, I've done it the wrong way around. Sorry. Yes, that's right. And then for z, we want to say, do we want to... I'm hitting the wrong keys. And then z is, abs z is less than 2, whatever it is? Yes, okay. I wonder if that's the way they wanted me to do it or not. Because they haven't taught me about parentheses yet. Hey Danga, I have a side project which is a node-based editor for music, and each node is written in Lua. I see. Nice. Hot loading Lua. Yeah, that's the thing that Lua is used for a lot, is like as a plugin language for other tools and systems. So like a lot of games that have like mod support use Lua for the mods. Nice. Okay. Importance of end. Remember, you need to close each if then with an end keyword. Try running the code and check the error message. Okay, so you get errors. So it says here, Lua error syntax error, line 13 end expected to close if at line 10. So yeah, this if is missing an end. Is there also something else we have to do? I could have read the instructions more. There's a color that's wrong. Is it red? Oh. You have to do uppercase. Oh, I'm changing the wrong thing. Whoops. Gray. That. There we go. Ta-da! This is fun. I think shaded programming is a very fun kind of programming. Sushi. Okay, so you're not giving me any instructions anymore. Sushi indeed. So, interestingly, like, how do you view... Is there a way of, like... Okay, so that's to remove the axes. Like if I wanted to see inside it, what would I do? Ooh, oh, so you can change from a perspective projection to orthographic. That's interesting. Perspective being like this, where parallel lines converge. Can't really... Oh, okay, you can tell now. So obviously this line is parallel to this line in real life, like on the cube. But they eventually would converge at a point, right? Because they're sticking inwards. Because it's a perspective projection, but you've changed it to orthographic. Parallel lines stay parallel. So like if you play an isometric game, it typically looks like this. Anyway, there must be a way of looking at layers in this. One of the later lessons mentions that this one's consistent inside, but if you drag along an axis, it'll do it. Okay. Oh, I mean, it looks very pretty as well when you do it. Cool. Thank you for mentioning. Okay. I mean, I assumed it would be consistent anyway. So if abs, so we care about the y and the x axis. If abs, I mean, we could, okay, for the very first thing, we should just do if x equals 0 and y equals 0, then return 7 end. Okay. I mean, we could just do it that simple way. I was going to do it using other things, although, no, for this one it is going to be nicer to do something else. So let's do, is it 11 we want? Yes, it's 11 we want. So here we could do abs x is greater than 1 and abs y is greater than 1. I did that wrong. It's an or. There we go. Yay! Nice. I have no idea whether this is I'm doing it very optimally or not. Basic cup. Using the 3. Okay, it tells now, I think. Oh, it tells us about looking around and zooming. Okay, so it's a cup. It has a base on it. Interesting. Interesting. So let's make the... Should we make the default 16 and then cut out of it? So we want to cut out of it if... So we care about x and z. If abs x is less than 3, yes, and abs z is less than 3, then we'll end up with the base removed and y greater than -3. Did I do it? No, I got something wrong. Oh, it's just the wrong colour. Some of the colours are quite similar to each other. Submit. The quadrants. We'll finish off the tutorials, I think. Don't forget you can put conditions inside other conditions. If y is greater than 2... Oh, of course, yeah, sure. They're giving me like a starting point. So I think what they want me to do is make that blue, but then if... in here, do if z is less than 0, then do blue. Otherwise return red end. Then we want to lower the barrier for that to 0. Then we want if x is greater than or equal to 1, green, and this will be orange. Oh, I got the colours the wrong way around. And I got the number wrong. 1. Hey! Very cool. It's very satisfying, isn't it? Holy moly. Variable outcomes. You can create your own variables, of course. I mean, it's Lua. Of course I can. I mean, I wonder if there's any features of Lua that have been turned off, because you can do, like, tables, they call them in Lua. I've forgotten the syntax for a table. Maybe it comes up later. You can create your own variables, color empty. Here we're creating a new variable called color, which we manipulate across multiple if statements, and then finally return at the end as a final voxel color. Ah, then just changing it, okay. Watch out for typos. Here we spelled color differently. Huh. You spelled it the correct way. Holy moly, there's a lot in here. Oh, I guess that's also wrong. The error when you run this code says that attempt to perform arithmetic on a nil value, which is kind of confusing. But yes, because that doesn't exist. Okay, there we go. Okay, so they said to draw the right thing, so I don't have to actually draw that. Let's do one more if we can. Oh, another email coming in. Thank you for registering your Replicube terminal. Please find the attached... Oh, that's the previous one. Welcome to the community. Oh. But I didn't actually register with a real email. Don't forget to sign up for a CubeNet account. Okay, so it seems that is a real thing with real emails, etc. Let's do one more. Staircase. Okay, so we want... oh, this is a fun one. We want... Actually, I'm kind of curious. Can I just do it in the if? Like, does false count as 0? Can I do, basically, if x equals y? If minus... Oh, I just minus 1 of them, I guess. There we go. I can. Cool. So because... Oh, so you're like, I'm not returning a color here, but I am, because... If minus x equals y, then it's true, which is basically the same as 1. And if they're not equal, then it returns... It's false, which is basically the same as 0. So therefore I'm returning, like, white or empty. Is that what it's telling me about? No. Let's do another one. I can't stop myself. Let's do another one. Diagonal line. Ooh. So this is just... I don't think you can do like multiple equals, so we'll do x equals y and y equals z. We've got the line that needs to be green, so this is interesting. Can you do ternary expressions in Lua? Can I do... No. End. Ah, okay, no. Let's look that up. Lua ternary operator. Going on Stack Overflow to play a game. Oh, they do. Ooh, okay. Right, they're using the fact that, like, if you do something and something else, the result of that is actually the result of the second operator or operand. Sorry, so you can effectively do this as a ternary expression, and then or will return. I'm not even going to think about it, but it works. In other languages, there's like a special syntax for that, which usually looks like this: question mark 11. It's basically like an if statement in an expression. In more modern languages like Rust and Zig, if, like, I'm going to write in non-Lua, like if statements are just expressions, so you can do like const x equals if whatever, which I really like. So they don't need a ternary syntax because you can just use an if condition. Anyway, I think we'll end there. This is very cool. Very, very satisfying, as you can tell. I don't know how many challenges there are. We've just got started on the intro challenges 1, so I'm assuming there's multiple intro challenges, and then we're going to go beyond intro. Who knows how much there is to do. Very cool game. I liked it a lot. I have no idea if there's like... I assume there's not going to be like anything like meta that goes on in this thing. It's just a cute interface for solving the puzzles. But the interface is very nice. I really enjoy, like, especially the puzzle solving interface. Very nicely done. Scores, which I can't see because I need to log in to CubeNet. And you can compare your scores to other people. Alrighty folks, that is Replicube.